There's a device that I've been using called a Whoop.
Hello and welcome back to iGao 6. I'm your host, Dan Sugano, aka Skittles, and in this video we're going to be covering iGao 6 Preseason Challenge number 4. That's the average Jane and Joe's Maddie tricks. As the challenge title suggests, this week we're going to be learning Maddie flips, as well as half Maddies. Over 10 years ago, Maddie Stunts created the trick that became known as the Maddie flip, and for many years to follow, it was considered one of the most difficult maneuvers in all of FPV freestyle. However, after over a decade of improvements to the hardware and software of our drones, as well as the skyrocketing progression of pilot skills, today we find FPV freestyle on a completely different level, where the Maddie flip has just become a standard trick that most everyone participating will be able to perform by the end of this challenge. Also, I have a treat for all of you viewers out there. All of the example clips and the execution portion of the trick tutorial for this challenge video is done by the current iGao champion, Callisto. Josh is also a judge and mentor for the iGao 6 season, and he will be helping create the more difficult regular season challenges. So, good luck. I'll try to keep the brownies to a minimum. Okay, before we go over the goals, I want to make sure that everyone understands that all the challenges of iGao 6 must be done with no bumps, no ground taps, and no crashes. This exact wording may not be included in the main description of every challenge goal or requirement, but nonetheless, it is always required. For all the Maddie style maneuvers that we're going to be doing in this challenge, you're going to be finishing the tricks by flying blind backwards. So if you happen to contact the gate or a wall or the ground or anything, then that attempt would be considered a fail. Also, if a particular goal or requirement has multiple parts, like a combo, that must be done in the same clip, then you must complete them all without any bumps, ground taps, or crashes during the tricks and also in between each element. Okay, now we're going to go over the 3 goals for iGao 6 Preseason Challenge number 4. That's the average Jane and Joe's Maddie tricks. Goal 1 is to perform a Maddie flip on any over-under obstacle. Okay, this one is super simple. Any over-under obstacle is literally anything that you can fly both over and under, and then you just perform a Maddie flip on that obstacle, and you've completed goal 1. Goal 2 is to perform a triple half Maddie pendulum on any obstacle. Each half Maddie must be done immediately one after another in that pendulum-like motion, with no additional flying around to set up in between each trick. The half Maddie maneuver is explained in the tutorial if this trick is new to you. Goal 3 is to perform a Maddie shuffle on an iGao approved TGS. TGS stands for triple gate stack, which is just like it sounds, 3 gates stacked up one on top of another. And for it to be iGao approved, each gate must have a maximum opening size of 28 inches or 71 centimeters. To perform the Maddie Shuffle combo on the TGS, you're going to start by flying forward through the bottom gate, then you're going to pitch back to fly backwards through the middle gate, then you're going to fly forward again at the TGS and perform a Maddie flip through the top gate, drop down, and then finish backwards through the bottom gate, and then while it's still facing the TGS, complete a celebration roll, keeping the TGS in your FPV view. Okay, now that we've covered the goals, we're going to move on to the points of focus for the average Jane and Joe's Maddie Trick Challenge. The points of focus this week are nearly identical to the challenge last week. First and foremost, all of your Maddie tricks must have constant loop motion. Okay, so the constant loop motion rule for Maddie flips is basically the same as for power loops. The idea is that your drone must always be moving on the path of your trick as you perform your Maddie flips. The main place we're going to be looking for this is in the swooping finish as you fly backwards at the end of your Maddie flip or half Maddie. If you ever catch yourself or come to a complete stop, or worse, move in the opposite direction before completing the trick motion, then that attempt would be considered a fail for iGal purposes. Just like we learned with power loops last challenge, the most common violation of the constant loop motion happens when you over-rotate your tricks. So especially for Maddie flips that have a blind finish, you really need to learn the angle that you want to stop your flip at that will allow you to then fly backward under your obstacle smoothly with constant loop motion. The next point of focus will be that you start your Maddie flip before you completely pass over your obstacle. Just flying over the obstacle and then doing a front flip and then flying backwards under the obstacle again isn't exactly a Maddie flip. The idea is that you're basically doing the reverse or rewind version of a power loop, where the front or the top of your drone is always facing the obstacle as you vertically circle around it. The final point of focus is that all of your tricks are completed with no bumps, ground taps, or crashes, as explained at the start of this video, and of course that you fly away cleanly from all of your tricks. For this particular challenge, only goal 3 had a required celebration roll, but it is good practice, and I think it looks cool to finish a Maddie flip or half Maddie with a roll while the obstacle is still in your FPV view. Okay, so now I want to talk about this challenge's title sponsor, the Average Jane and Joe's Race. So every Thursday at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, for the last 200 plus weeks in a row, this race has been held on Velocidrone with the voice chat and Discord. Mr. E and EDOC have been the lead organizers, and hundreds of pilots have participated in the race over the last 4+ years. There are often more than 50 pilots present and participating from all ability levels. So if you're looking to join an awesome group of pilots and participate in a fun race on Velocidrone, then just jump in any Thursday and you will be welcomed. The format is fun and suited for pilots of all skill levels, and it's focused on bringing new pilots into Velocidrone and the racing community. I personally participate in the races as often as I am able to, and it's always a ton of fun and a great community. So I hope to see you there next Thursday. There's a link in the description to join the Discord. Alright, now we're going to get into the trick tutorial part of the video, and as always, we're going to start with visualization. Okay, so as you can see here in these examples, for a Maddie flip, you need an obstacle that you can fly both over and under. And it is performed by flying at the obstacle and then flying over the top while performing about a 3/4 front flip, and then you're going to catch yourself in a position that will allow you to throttle up and fly backward underneath the obstacle as you continue to pitch forward and complete the front flip. The backwards motion of your Maddie flip should end in about the same position that you started the trick. Next up is the half Maddie. So just like the name implies, this is about half of a Maddie flip. So you're going to approach an obstacle and then roll to inverted, and that gets you into the position about after you've completed a front flip from the other direction of a Maddie flip. And from there, you're going to throttle up and continue to pitch forward to create that same swooping motion and fly backwards and under the obstacle, just like the end of your Maddie flip. Okay, here we are in the Velocidrone simulator in the iGal arena. I'm going to cover simulation and location for our Maddie flips. So when performing a Maddie flip, the first thing you need to do is find an obstacle that you can fly both over and under. And if you're first learning, anything that is way high off the ground is going to make your Maddie flips much easier because you're gonna have a lot more time to drop down and come backwards underneath without having to worry about hitting a gap or hitting the ground when first learning your Matty flip. So the higher off the ground, the better for your obstacle. That goes for Matty flips and half Matties. So in the sim, everything's really huge. I'm going to use this bar here. And the first thing I teach people is that you just want to fly under your obstacle and then lean back and then fly backwards back under it and kind of finish that end of the Matty motion. So do that a couple times. Just fly under, lean back, learn that angle that you need to come backwards, and then pitch up to finish it. Then, after you got that kind of down, the next step is to do a beginner Matty where you just fly over the obstacle, cut throttle, drop down, and then fly backwards underneath it. Again, you got to find that angle you need to fly backwards and underneath as you slowly pitch forward and throttle up. So once you've got the beginner Matty down, then all you have to do is add a front flip about 3/4 at the beginning. Then you still just have to hit that angle and finish it out underneath, and then you're doing Matty flips. All right, so now let's move on to the half Matty, and that's very similar. You're basically going to have that same motion that you had at the end of the Matty as you come under and kind of finish up that swooping motion. But this time, the way you approach it is with a roll. So you're gonna fly at the obstacle, then you're gonna roll to invert it, and then finish the Matty, just like before. So that's not maybe the best obstacle. Let's go back up to the giant one here. Same thing, the higher you are, the easier it's gonna be. Roll to inverted, plenty of time to smoothly fly under. And then turning half Matties into a half Matty pendulum just means that you link them back to back immediately, one after another. So finish your half Matty, roll to inverted, come back under for another half Matty, finish it up, another half Matty. Then you're doing half Matty pendulum. Then you're comboing it with Matty flips, half Matties, and you're getting crazy Matty style. All right, so once you've got your Matty flips unlocked and you really understand that angle you need to come backwards and get through whatever gap you want to hit with your Matty flips, then you're going to go out into the real world and give it a try.
Hello, I'm Callisto, and welcome back to iGao 6. I'm last year's champion, and I'm here today to explain this week's challenge.
And there are 3 parts of this challenge: easy part, hard part, and advanced part. The first part's going to be the Matty flip. So to do the Matty flip, you'll need to find any over obstacle you can find. I'm going to use this tree right here. And a Matty flip is just a front flip over an obstacle, and then and as you're front flipping, you'll continue to pitch forward as you fly back through underneath the obstacle. So you'll do a front flip over an obstacle and then fly backwards underneath it. So pitch up, pitch forward, and I would start a little low on the obstacle, about where you're going to come out of it at. Do a little throttle blip and then throttle cut as you're front flipping over it, and start your flip right before you go over the obstacle. You try to keep it in view as you pass underneath it, depending on your camera angle. I think keeping it in view as best you can kind of helps you judge how far away it is and how close to the ground is. It's kind of a low one. These ones have freaking leaves all over them. I can't really see. There we go. So, Matty flip, just a front flip over and continuing to pitch forward as you come back underneath the obstacle. Yep, that's a Matty flip. Just like that. Alright, for the hard part of preseason challenge number 4, we're going to be doing the half Matty pendulum. And the half Matty pendulum just consists of 3 half Matties, alternating roll directions with no setup time in between. Key part is the no setup time in between each half Matty. They have to like flow together. And to do a half Matty, all you have to do is do a half roll and half forward pitch. So half roll, half pitch. Half roll, half forward pitch. Half roll, half forward pitch. And that's a half Matty. You'll do a little throttle blip into the half roll, and you'll kind of catch your throttle as you're coming back under the object with your forward pitching. So half roll, half forward pitch, half roll, half forward pitch, and that's a half Matty. And now we got to link 3 of those together to get a half Matty pendulum. So let's see what we can do here without any ground taps. 1, no setup. 2, no setup. 3, nice big ones. That's what she said. All right, so let's try it again. No setup time, so half Matty, half Matty, half Matty, no setup time.
For the expert part of preseason challenge number 4, we're going to be doing
The Matty Shuffle. And the Matty Shuffle will need to be performed on an IGAO approved triple stack gate with 28-inch openings. 28-inch openings, max. I'm using 24 for this challenge. And for a Matty Shuffle, all you need to do is go forward through the bottom gate, backwards through the middle gate, and then a Matty flip from the top to the bottom gate, followed by a celebration roll to complete it. So, forward through the bottom gate, backwards through the middle gate, and then Matty flip from the top to the bottom, followed by a celebration roll. And that is a Matty Shuffle. So forward, backwards, crash. Good luck.
All right, iGoers, now you have all the tools you need to get out there and perform some Matty tricks. Good luck and happy whooping. What's up? All right, let me wait. I gotta turn on the noise over here. Okay, there we go. Now I can hear you. Oh, the boxes got mixed up. I don't know. I wish they could stay in the slightly bigger ones, but whatever. All right, hold on. Let me slide around some boxes real quick, and then we'll get going here. In the meantime, let me paste this again real quick. Oh, everyone say hi to Immelman.
Immelman.
I remember when you got him.
I got my cat in my lap right now.
Okay, so this link here is actually a link to just the live stream, so that's not what we're looking for. This link here is what we're looking for, and that one brings you to a thing, and then you can vote on all the top videos. So you're basically a judge as a member of the audience. So we're gonna watch the top videos, and then we're gonna watch all. Then we're gonna do all the honorable mentions after that, so that everyone has plenty of time to vote. And then we're gonna watch the top videos one more time, and the judges will like say their scores, and we'll like get the audience total, and we'll see who wins. Okay. It's Callisto and one more. Where's my third cam? Oh, it's at the top for some reason. Where's Heads in relation? He's over here. Oops. There we go. I'll just move Plasta up.
There's 2 of me. There's Heads.
I made it.
We've done it. We got all of us here. I don't know what we're gonna do when we have everyone. We're gonna have to start taking up some of the real estate across the bottom too.
Yeah.
But
You could make all of us significantly smaller too. There's a lot of like
that's
dead
true.
space.
We don't need sponsors.
I could put all of our heads like just a little more. Anyway, let's get into this here. So, it was the Nick Burns Flips and Rolls Challenge. That's what we're reviewing right now. There was a total of 237 videos submitted. We got a top 10, but we kind of have a double one because these pilots flew together. So I didn't really know how to pick which one would be the top video. They did the same thing. They were flying together, so I just kind of like lumped them together. We're going to give them one score as the combined video. Anyway, if you go to that link that I put here, I'm going to put it in again. I'm just going to keep pasting it so it's all over. It'll bring you here, and then you click on start, and then you can like put it in your score here for each video. We're going to watch them.
Why don't you
1
pin
out
that
of
on the
10.
top of your head?
Can I do that?
Yeah, just go over the
there we
three
go.
dots.
Boom. Pinned. Okay. Thanks, heads. And yeah, so you're going to have the whole stream basically to vote. So you don't have to do it right away, but we're going to watch them now. Then we're going to watch the honorable mentions, and then we're going to come back and watch these one more time. All right, so first is Black Forest Jones combination with Phantom X. They flew together like I just said, so first watch Phantom X. Here, I'm just going to turn your guys' volume up.
Ooh, a floating gate.
Yeah, so they attach a gate to a 5-inch.
What? Just a 5-inch? Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
nice. Very creative.
How do we get a gate in the sky? Well, that's one way.
Yeah, pretty solid. So we didn't talk about it, but the requirements were Blasted knows because he helped do the video. But the first one was you just had to do a front flip, a right roll, a back flip, and a left roll. Then the second one was a flip and a roll through a gate, so that's what they were doing there. And then the last one was you had to go under a gate, then do Mabby roll back over the top, and then flip through the gate to finish.
Geez, that's a tiny gate.
Yeah.
Very tiny gate. Well done.
Yep. And then their little, he's going to attempt here, and then there's an ant.
What?
Alright, so that was Phantom X. He had a full 1.5-minute version of the video. Black Forest Drones went for a little like more of a summary here. But same idea. So he looks out the first goal. And the third goal. I like how they added a little like piece of tape or whatever to turn the branches into
Yeah,
official gate.
very creative. All the way around.
Pretty good execution here. Nails it. Goes, turns right back around.
Dude.
Nice and early with the rolls. A lot of people, just kind of start their roll like the frame or two before they're going through the gate. I like to see you like all the way upside down before you get in there. So, okay, solid execution from them too. Next up was Yaros. Yaros was the only pilot to get a top video this week that didn't complete goal 3. There was some confusion, which we'll go over in a little bit, about how exactly to do that one. And he fell victim to that, but nice sunset view here for the first trip. And then line of sight on a unicycle.
On a unicycle?
Yeah, and facing himself while, so like, not even like, I would definitely go
the
facing
hell?
away from myself. It was acro too, clearly.
Has to be one of the most unique flying positions, I guess, I've ever seen.
Yeah, so a lot of people did this kind of thing here. So they went through the gap to start and then flipped the gap. So you're supposed to like go under the gate to start, not through the gate.
Oh yeah.
So
That was gonna be my original trick, but you made it under the gate, so
yeah.
set up a flip.
So
How many people got the first sequence wrong? Like got it out of order?
a handful.
Yeah, I figured.
But if you did
always
enough
try to
flips
figure
and
it out.
rolls overall throughout the video, you might have just like got it in there at some point.
Yeah.
But a lot of people just did like individual clips. So, all right, next up is Cybex.
Dude, people are doing crazy stuff.
Yeah, last week someone commented that Cybex didn't have a skateboard split S, because that's what he did as his like finals challenge last year. So he went double skateboard for this challenge. So that was the third
That's
one.
pretty cool.
Yeah, and he flew under the gap, right? Because he went under the skateboard and then through his legs.
Yeah.
And now he's trying to balance and do the the flips and rolls.
Wow. Very, very challenging.
Yeah. And then last week, someone tried to do split S through their legs. I think it was Black Forest Drones while they were skiing.
Oh yeah, that was a good one.
So Cybex got a similar one here. So that was all three of them in one clip there too, while he was balancing on the skateboards. Then he also does challenge to the flip and roll through the legs here while he's skateboarding. So you can see he's got the goggles on. Oh, you gonna leave in a moment? Alright, go this way. Very solid
Nice.
video there from Cybex.
That was a good video.
Alright, next up is Gelcraft. This was a fun one. I like this little intro. He selects his drone, or his clogs, and then his drone. This is a cool obstacle here for the first part.
Oh yeah.
Fighter jet.
Like the hit marker.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that little addition.
It's what the crosshair always reminds me of, especially the HD
Yeah.
Zero, or no, not the DJI one. It's
Yeah.
just like it. He's got the little meter in the top left, marking which challenges
yeah.
he's done so far.
Like it.
Real fast,
Finishes
juicy
off the
flips
second
there.
one.
Just bring a gate with him out into the middle of the woods.
That's what it looks like.
It looks like it.
I mean, hey, got it done.
And then there's his fox.
Yeah.
All right. Good one from Gelcraft there. Next up, Cha Cha says another year, another garage video. So Cha Cha really mixes all the requirements in here in this 36 seconds into just one really nice riff. So he does the flips and rolls like right here at the beginning as he goes back and forth. So right here, front flip, right roll, back flip, left roll.
Nice
Back and
control.
forward through
That's
the gaps. Yep.
Yeah.
And then that was 3 that also served for 2 because he did a flip and roll. Then he did 3 right after. And just some more PGS.
Just stunting because you can.
Yeah. And bam.
Perfect. Good stuff, Cha Cha.
Yeah, great rip from Cha Cha.
Rush.
Nice.
Put them all together there. In a nice little line. All right, next up was Zox. He had a top video last week as well. This is another nice one. as he explores around. Then window gap. Window gap. Oh.
Okay.
Clean. Then he just runs the battery all the way into the ground.
Oh. Hope he got that back.
Nice clean little line there around a cool Vando for Zox. Alright, next up we got Wonky. If you want, you can scan this QR code that he's got in his OSD here. I'll show that in a second. Starting with some 5-inch. Way up in the air. Oh, wait here.
It was a quick one.
Yeah. If you want to check that out, you can scan it real quick and see where it takes you.
I'm gonna scan it. Is it a Rick roll? God damn it.
Alright, so he just did number 3 there on the ladder gap, and then some chair gaps for number 2.
Damn.
Pretty tough small gap there. The flip, nice. And then the flips and rolls, so all 3 in one clip here to start it off.
What a whoopable spot, too. Holy crap.
A little quicker version of number 1. And then some little bonus action here on this chair.
Hell yeah. Wonky.
Nice rip
Nice
there from
job.
Wonky. Yep.
Good rip.
Really good execution.
Yep.
Very good.
Next up, doubles, probably one of the coolest spots here. He said he found a new spot, and it's a pretty good one. A little like sculpture park here.
Oh, yeah. Cool.
Nice gaps.
The gap up at the top to power loop up and over, like through that top gap there.
Yeah.
Was so thick.
Nice backflip there. Little rewind action.
Ooh.
Right through that gap. Some chill kind of like music goes well with the rip.
Nice rip.
I think he does all 3 in one in this last clip here. Yeah.
Nice. There you go.
Great rip there. Doubles.
That was a good rip. Nice and clean.
Yep. All right. And next up, we got Red Maddie. Another really sweet location here. So he did the flips and rolls there throughout that line. Then he also brought a gate.
He brought a gate all the way up there. Wow.
Yeah, he put it up on that rock.
YOLO it there. I'm sure he's getting a lot of wind.
Yeah.
Here.
Yeah, for sure. I was about to say,
That's like a nice little spin.
those pretty big maneuvers there for as windy as it looks like it has to be.
Close one.
Yeah. Great rip there.
Run
Great
there.
rip, Matty.
All right, and our final one here before we go over all the honorable mentions is retry win. This is great rip here. So it
Great
starts off with a
brawny.
brawny, yep. Then here's
This a 5-inch?
nope. It's a move. He flies through his legs, so
Yeah. He's like throwing that thing like it has weight.
right.
Yeah, that has weight to it.
Then requirement 3. Just smooth.
I'm in the passenger seat. I feel like I'm in a dream. I think of where I've been when we're driving. I close my eyes in the wind. It flows on top of my skin. It blows me back to a time when I wear my heart on my sleeve, ready for the fall. Bittersweet tears in the dark. Butterflies when I hear you call.
Very nice,
Great
man.
rip
Good
there.
line.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
like how he
really good.
integrated all of the
That was
challenges in
beautiful.
there into the line. Threw his legs up on the.
Very nice.
Yeah,
All
I've
right.
always been very impressed by retry win stuff, even last season.
Yep.
It's a great
So if you haven't, head on over and vote on that pinned link there. You can rewind and watch those ones again. We're gonna go over the top videos here if you want to rewatch any. We're gonna watch it at the end as well, and then score it up. So, the most
I will
common
be right
mistake
back in
we
10
did
minutes.
see from
I
Yaros.
got 6 preseason. Challenge number 2, Nick Burns. Roll.
Sweem was our winner last week with best video. He had another great video here, but he did fall victim to the same thing that I'd say at least 25 people messed up. Oh, it was right there. Number 3 right there. He did through his legs. So you can't really fly under your legs to start. The only other way people kind of messed up was they did a roll through the gate at the end on number 3 instead of a flip. Probably just because they had rolls on the brain. There are a handful of people that did it like three different clips, and they were all rolls. It was kind of funny. All right, next up here we got AV1.
There you go, and do a roll.
It's-
You can do a roll fast. There, boom. That's all you gotta
Okay, I
do.
feel like I want to do it now.
There, that's front. Okay, balance. Perfect.
So she nailed the flips and rolls, and then she invented a new term here that we're going to use in iGal going forward. We already have the celebration roll, right?
Okay.
In the fact we said celebration roll, flip or roll.
And
Amazing.
now it's
Yes.
a victory flip.
Yes.
A victory flip.
A victory flip.
I like
So you
that.
can do a celebration roll, or you can do a victory flip. I love the
It's a
term.
victory flip.
Yes. Yes. That's sick. Careful.
This is so easy.
That was
You
amazing.
don't know, this is Toronto's
Look in the
daughter
field.
here.
I
AV1.
did my I got what this? What this?
Woo, the Baladiscus.
And then I did it like more flips.
That's
and then I
Avery's
went-
drone.
Crushed it.
I went to
Yeah.
I
She
did-
So
actually-
victory flip, I like that term.
Yes.
Some challenges have celebration rolls, some have victory flips. All right, next up we got Zaire. He was the speed run. So he found a way he could put all 4 of the challenges together in just 4 flips and rolls, and it only took him 10 seconds. He beat out
Okay.
someone else who did it in 11 seconds with the same strategy. So front flip, roll through the gate,
Okay.
then back flip through the gate, and then left roll through the gate, and that's everything. Because he did front
Okay.
flip, right roll, back flip, left roll. Did the
Yeah.
challenge 3 and 2. It's good job, Zaire. I'm not subscribed to Zaire. Okay.
How dare you?
I know. Jeez. All right, next is Tad. If you are in the iGao Discord and you want the iGao OSD, iGao 6 OSD logo, hit him up right here. And I have it pinned in the stream stuff, so you can find that. Anyway, Tad is known for his hand catches at the end. And this is a great one, I thought. Goggles off, blip, disarm, catch.
Very nice. Smooth.
Yeah, anyway, nice work, Tad. Brooklyn. Oh, these are the people that made gates out of like interesting things. So here's like, I think it's a chair on top of a ladder is what we're looking at. The chair without the sitting part. Anyway, that's pretty cool. He also used the house. Windows. So nice work by Brooklyn there. Our next one, oh, Squid. He didn't really use it for the challenge, but he did have a fun gate here. Squid, your video is way too long though. You got to get it down to 90 seconds. But I mean, I did enjoy this here towards the end, right here. Yeah. Dogleg gate. Worked out.
Oh God.
All right.
Careful. The little bells and whistles. Now.
Here's probably my favorite gate construction overall was Gray Man here. Yes. So it's outside, but then he comes inside to do the parts 2 and 3. Okay, so it's kind of hard to see, but we've got a chair here, and then we've got an upside down chair on top of that. 2 of those, and then I'm not sure what this is, but some type of bar or stick going across to create the actual gate. So, you know, making it happen with whatever he's got.
Yeah, I always think it's funny when people are like, well, I would do iGal, but I don't have any gates or any PvP. Like, oh, my friend, you got a lot to learn.
All right, here's another solid gate option that you can just find out at your local playground. So goal 1 he did just to here, and then goal 2. 2 the little like climbing wall holes.
Not a whole lot of room there. Very nice.
Yeah, awkward. This is blue ship. He also did it for oh yeah, then he used he used 2 different obstacles for number 3. He uses the over under with this gap, and then also I skipped past it. Right here, yeah. The little ladder. Little tap there, so you had to redo it, but very creative there from Blue Shift. People finding different obstacles everywhere. Another very unique obstacle here from Devade Rado. So he had a standard gate out there, but then the music kind of shifts. And then we've got a guitar player.
Oh, well. Hell yeah.
I think you realize that you can technically go under him there, so he gets him up on a chair. And then back to the video. Alright. Next up is Moik. Oh, this was
Fusion, a melody, fix me up, my dealer. I breathe it.
These ones were unique ways to do the first challenge. So Moik, he did it in the mirror.
For the plight of humankind remains the same. The biggest war we ever waged was the war we wage upon our own brains. A story as old as time. Duality dwells inside our thoughts. While we yin-yang, we will hang on the noose with no support. I'm back up.
Oh, okay, never mind. He said, I was gonna say, Bros doesn't have any goggles on, but that's a different person.
Yeah.
So how the fuck is he doing that?
Spike. There's a couple people that did a clock tower, like went up to a clock tower and did it, but I thought this one was nice and pretty, like right at sunset. Cool idea there.
Y'all check this shit out.
It's good PO.
Oh, Binguini, I believe is how you say this name, is a new pilot, and he's only been flying for 10 days, and then but put this together, which I was very impressed by. Like in the flips and rolls, he looks a little shaky, but pretty good.
Though. Yeah.
But the through the gate flip and roll, back and forth with speed, that's great.
Yeah.
For 10 days, that's crazy. And he does the Mavi roll.
Very
all
impressive.
in one clip.
Yeah, very impressive.
All right, next up we've got some musical entries. First, we got an AI song. A decent one. I like this one.
What the hell is a Mavi roll? Say it quick, I still don't know. What the hell is a Mavi roll? Flying blind round my patio. Hey, what the hell is a Mavi roll?
I was just a little disappointed that he didn't try the Mavi roll, despite having a whole song about the Mavi roll. That's my only complaint he had. Did all the other challenges, had it set up here, could have tried it.
Maybe he tried it and
Don't chop 'em up in my head on my loop. Meanwhile, I'm wide open, full send. What the hell is a Mavi roll?
Some crashes on the what the hell is a Mavi roll? Anyway, solid AI song there. Shallot, he actually made his song. Shallot sings his own songs and makes the music.
Soiling and prop wash disrupts the dive, causing tree branch.
Got a little sing-along there on the side.
The quad was so small, but what was the mission? All of his packs had gone missing.
I like this song.
Begging for liftoff, micropilot. Oh, acropilot. Acropilot.
That one was slightly off. All right.
Hell yeah,
Fun little
Shallot.
song there. I love Shallot's
Yeah,
videos. All right, here's some cool locations. First, we got Jimmy Sprinkles in the tulips.
Oh, that's pretty.
That's life, left, right, left. Keep on stepping. If they draw the weapon, then fight them. 140 stepping on old school finesse and teach lessons. Who's better on the mic? Then man brought the head, they brought the pepper and that brought my pepper into light. Then I killed with the flow. Oh, what you know? The rest is all we and all life. Left, right, left. Keep on stepping. If they draw the weapon, then fight them. 140 stepping.
All right, next up we've got from last week, only FPV fans. I don't know if you remember this, but it was the plane in the yard. Now we got some HD action on the plane. So, pretty cool there. I think there's one more shot here towards the end.
Did we figure out where this plane was?
No, I don't think we figured it out yet. Oh, that was just the beginning HD shot.
So it's like it feels like it's in his like the backyard or
Feels like
something.
it's a business or something. When he flew up higher, it looks like it's not really like a residential area.
Oh yeah, that's true.
All right, this was fun
here.
edit from Justin. Hello, iGoers. Skittles here again. Challenge number 2. That's the Nick Burns flips and rolls.
Very cool spot. Yeah.
Is there anything else in this one? Fun little intro there. All right. Oh yeah. This one was pretty cool. Look at what the guy's flying with. You see his like goggles.
Oh, it's like one of those old
Tigers. First of all, well, I've tried to do this. He tracked the iGao logo onto a Whoop. Every time I've tried to get the like thing to track a Whoop, it never like locks onto it. I can't get it to do it. It like flies in front and behind him. That's pretty cool. But yeah, really, I've never seen this specific like goggle setup. So it's basically like let's say FPV monitor here, and then it's a mirror, yeah, so you can see it.
Yeah.
And then so you can like it's not
that's
like
sick.
totally.
That's like the old. Was it? I think it was Tiger made them. The ones that you strap to your head and have like one.
It's called like the Hawkeye system or something.
Something like that. I remember playing it.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's cool though. I like that.
Yeah, that's it. Unique. I've never tried that specific type. Like I've flown with a screen just like in front of me before.
Yeah.
But not with it like super close to my eyes like that. Anyway, pretty cool. They're from Clam. Cool. Next up we have FPV Math. He had some really solid gap here for his requirement number 2. To the chandelier.
I think we've seen this chandelier before.
Yeah, last year he won Small's
Yeah, last
gap.
year I remember this. Yep.
And then he also used his friend for
awesome.
number 3 there.
Friend.
And then he turns on him and tries to get him with the hat. Alright, this is Rod FPV. This is just a solid little rip around his house here. He's got some nice looking LED gates in different shapes. He's got the double cube here. Gets all 3 of the requirements. Here, there's a nice little line ripping through the house. Lining up the Mavi roll to start.
Nice.
Yeah, I got a little snap to it, kind of like what yours look like, heads. You have that nice snap to your Maverick rolls. Or Maverick roll. Maverick loops.
I like this. Mavi rolls.
Yeah. Which is like the standard Maverick
loop.
Yeah.
I knew what you meant.
Yeah. Yeah, you always do them in the garage. You have that nice little toss.
Akira also
the one where
really
you
good
do
at
it through
snap.
the little like dive box. That video.
Oh yeah.
All right. Next up, we've got Jurassic. He says, "New challenge, new car." That might be the theme this season. A new car every challenge. Last challenge he did the split S through the sunroof of like a truck. Now he's got it's like a little hatchback type car. And he does all the challenges through the window.
Oh, nice. Yeah, looks like there's a shaggin' wagon there.
Nice little reverse wall ride there.
That was cool.
Yeah, that was cool with the
barbed wire.
Nice
work by Jurassic. A solid rip. Alright, now we've got our ones that were almost top videos, not quite. Easy B here. I like this. He had 2 different drones, so he had like one take off. Go do the challenge. This is the EMAX drone, so we can get his EMAX requirements in. That one comes back, kind of lands, and so it takes off. Nice gaps there through the fence.
That's much nicer footage on this one.
Mm-hmm.
He's got the stick better going too. And then he's got himself on some chairs for the one. A little bonus gap through the fence.
Ooh! It's dirty.
Gotta be a little tricky spin for good measure. Sticks in though. I don't know why that was the choice of the first direction to go.
Oh, he laid it on the tree branch. That was impressive.
Yeah. Alright, next up we got Balzac. So Balzac starts off cool location. Balzac's always got cool locations. He's like up on some observatory tower or a bunch of off in the middle of nowhere. Rips the flips and the rolls. At the window? Or it's not really a window.
For argument's sake, we'll call it that.
Yeah. The site.
I don't know what the hell else to call it. So
The view area.
the view area.
I wonder how long of a walk it is to get up there. Not just up the structure.
Or
but
4 or 5 stories.
No, it runs out of battery.
Stairs.
Oh,
it's gotta walk down to get that one.
Back to the hallway.
Yeah. Nice Mavi roll there on the TGS. Hits the gap on the way back. So, rips them all off in one clip here.
Yeah, he's got really slow rates, it looks like, too.
Yeah, definitely slower.
Nice, very clean, yeah.
Nice one there for Balzac.
Nice shot, Balzac.
Alright, we got more action from the Whoop barn here. From Bob.
This one again. This guy's got it. I wish I had this barn, man.
Oh yeah, we get to explore
money for
more
something
spots
like
of it
this.
here in this video too. I like this one. All those just like gaps for days everywhere.
Yeah, man.
Imagine if this was your garage has.
No. I'd probably be divorced.
Young got your eye.
Oh, nice. Bro, there was another pilot that used to hit those pull-up or pull ring, whatever you call them.
Yeah,
gaps
yeah.
on-
I know what you're talking about.
I love those, just all those square holes. You can just like pop up down through a different one.
He's got like a bando ceiling in the middle of his barn with those gaps and shit. That's awesome.
Yep.
Very cool, dude. I would never leave.
Great
I would
rep.
be here all day.
All right. MRV. A nice line here. Kind of mixed everything into one clip. Unfortunately, he fell victim to the fly through the gate instead of under it. So didn't quite get that last challenge, but still nice one clip rip here.
So it ain't easy to be seen. When they see me ride by, they can see the gleam. I shine on the deck in the TV screen. Ride with a new
She like cola next to the PlayStation controller. If a full trip, then I'm gonna show ya. Send a jacker into a coma. Girl, yeah, I'm crazy like crazy. I'm trying to make it money, trying to have no babies. Ride clean as well, so I pull in ladies. Laws on patrol.
Number 3, but then yeah, goes through the game instead of my grade. Anyway, great rip.
Nice. Nice little gap there too.
Yep. Good proximity to these trees. Dives in the tricky.
Ooh, it was all, could have been done to the middle, but it was almost like there.
Yep. Alright, I love this one, but I thought it was going to be a top video, but on review, like, you know, we had to make some cuts because there was a lot of good top videos, but this video is great. So during the first live stream, Trash Bits has cut his hair and shaved, so I didn't recognize him, and then, so he kind of clipped it.
I don't know if I believe it. Doesn't look like Trash Bits. Is that Trash Bits? I don't know if I believe it. Doesn't look like Trash Bits.
Oh my God, Bissy.
Huge difference.
Cut off the fade.
So yeah, I say new who dispis, and then he makes that like the drop.
New who dispis.
He does all the requirements.
New dispis.
New who dispis? Yeah, new HD bis. I don't know if he made it. I guess it technically WD bis.
New who dispis.
Fun one from Trash Biz. There's all 3 in one clip.
But new who dispis?
You get this. I think the clean shave looks good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I believed it once I saw the cat.
Yeah, you just see the cat in the background. Camping cat.
Alright, this one was great. It had you remember the iGao 5 logo that Tad made last year? He made an iGao 6 this year, but I like how Takeout Tree edited last year's here.
Yes, another square. Click again. Yes, it was great. And the last click. Our pilot is going to go far this year.
So now it's just iGao 6.
That's cool. I like the little stop motion.
I can't focus on what needs to get done. I'm on notice, open digital run. You think I'm
great rip here from Takeout Tree, and then he has some fun edits at the end to go with the music.
And I'm not trying to be with you now, but I could be a crush, like feel you for a rush, like hoping you text me so I could tell you I've been thinking about your touch, like touch, 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 touch. I could be a crush, 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 crush. I got a fascination with your presentation.
Fun little edit there. I like that. I got 6, just three more pixels, and now the 5 is a 6. All right, and this one, FPV Punky had my favorite video last week. I picked, and this one's fun too, but a little bit too long, but it's still definitely worth watching. It's funny. I think this guy's funny.
Well, hello, whoopers from all over the world. I'm Yannick, and you're not. Welcome to iGo 6 Preseason Challenge number 2, Flips and Rolls. Simple on paper, existential in execution. After somehow winning a bit of smiley faces and more in challenge number 1, I felt something dangerous, expectations. So naturally, I went to the garden. No vacation anymore, no fancy place, just grass, trees, doors, and the biggest photovoltaic system you ever saw on a single house.
Look at this house.
You know what I love most about whooping? The honesty.
Oh,
what? So many solar panels.
What?
Holy solar panels. Look at the backyard too. It goes into the backyard.
Dude, what? what is happening?
What are they doing in there? I was just harvesting the sun.
I built a gate, if you can call it that. It moves in the
crazy,
wind
right?
like it's reconsidering
That
its
is
life
See, like a
choices.
mad
But this is
scientist
the
husband.
arena.
More solar
This is where
panels.
the glory happens. The tricks are
Try to
there,
live off
though.
the grid.
Flips and rolls,
Nobody will
baby.
know.
I convinced myself it's clean because nobody else is around to disagree. Last time, people asked if this was really analog. Holy catfish, the feed is too good, they said. Too clean. I take that as a compliment, but yes, this is analog. Fragile, unpredictable, occasionally beautiful. Like everything worth doing. And no, it's not a DVR board. It's not an epic location,
That's the guy
no
last
grand
time we
story,
were like, how
just
was
a
your
guy
game?
Yeah.
So
a
good.
wound and a piece of
Yeah,
tape
when he
pretending to
flies
be a
over
gate.
here, there's like some
Motor
breakup,
post
like
to
Yeah, I
motor
over
saw
the
the
house.
breakup earlier.
I'd say
So
this works.
Still very good otherwise, though. Really
he's
great.
definitely
Thanks,
like doing
everybody.
something because he's
See you next
stretching
week.
it out to 69, right? And it looks nice.
Yeah.
Anyway, fun video from Yannick. All right, that's all of our videos. We're back to the top videos. So again, everyone, this last chance to vote. Once we go through here, we're gonna put down all the scores. We're gonna put down your scores. Wait, let me see. We've had some votes over here. Okay, nice. People have voted. 9 people have already voted. Good. We got some votes happening. Again, the pinned comment there in the chat will take you to the form, and then you can score everyone. 10's the best if that wasn't clear, and 1's not as good. So we're going to go through the videos one last time. We're all going to give them scores here, or us 4 judges, and then we're going to add your average score in at the very end, and we're going to see who's the winner. All right. So Phantom X and Black Forest. These were the guys that flew together and had the flying gate. So
How are you doing your scoring for the judges this time around?
What, just out of 10?
Out of 10? Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Not organized by like a 1, 2.
Yep, out of 10. That's how the audience is gonna score it too, and we're just gonna basically the audience is like 1 judge. So
We've been keeping it to the 0.5s.
Yeah,
But you
but
I guess you could do 0.25.
Well, that makes it way easier because then I can just use the form that you made.
yeah, you can do that to remember it, but you also want to.
I know, not submit it. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could put decimals in there if you want, or you can stick to whole numbers. Up to you. I'll accept any amount of decimals. You choose.
Everyone's at 0.69420.
All right, and then at the end there's the ant on the screen.
Right.
Oh yeah. Bonus points for the ant.
That ant was probably like, wow, what is happening? Okay, and then Black Forest Drones was the other half of it. His is a little bit quicker. It's the 41-second one. But the same 3 elements. So we got the open air flips and rolls. Then we got the little tree gate.
Then they're getting scored together, right?
Yeah, they're getting 1 combined score.
Okay.
Because I didn't want to just pick one of them, and they would like cannibalize each other's scores. I feel like if they were scoring them separately.
Yeah.
So nice rip. Good execution there on the flips and rolls. Okay, so where's my little scoring thing? Here it is. Heads, what did you give that combo?
I gave them creativity point here, so I did end up giving them an 8. As far as execution, it's good, but I think the creativity earned another point there for me.
Blasta?
8.5, similar comments to Heads. Great job on the creativity.
Callisto?
7.
And I also was at a 7. Yeah, I like the gate in the air. The ant was a cool bonus. All right, next up is Yaros. So Yaros has this nice sunset example of goal 1. And he says, that was easy, let's spice it up. So then the unicycle line of sight. He also has the stick cam going at the same time. He's a little squirrely on the last one, but he pulls it off.
I mean, he's riding a unicycle.
Yeah.
It's also like on some dirt path, like out of the forest. And then I got a nice HD whoop here. Well, he did until the next day. Hopefully it just fell apart, but then oof.
Brutal.
That's how I goes. That's
Right.
why you don't do those tricks like that on a fragile drone.
You can use what you want, but
All right. How what'd you give that one, Blasta?
They gave it a 9.5. I don't think anybody here could do that.
9.5.
Yeah, I don't think anybody in this chat or here could do those tricks while riding a unicycle. So I think it's a very unique skill.
What'd you give it, Callisto? Callisto obviously thinks that's a little
7.5.
high. 7.5.
It was very difficult.
I went 7 just because it didn't have the last goal. But
I originally had 7 as well, but I gave him 1 extra point again for the difficulty level.
That's why I gave the 0.5. Yeah.
Okay. I gave him a full point. I'm a little more generous, I guess, but I gave him an 8.
I'm giving him a 9.5. I don't know.
Yeah, no, that's fine. You're the most generous.
Also, I was a little picky because the technically the gap was a little bit bigger than the 28-inch minimum. We weren't super picky on that because it's cooler to have like a gap out in the wild than your gate. But if we're splitting hairs. All right, next up we got Cybex. So ups the ante this season with the double skateboard stack, and then performs all.
See a triple skateboard stack next week.
Next,
more skateboards every week.
He's gonna have to actually skate down the street with the double skateboard stack.
Oh my god!
But he does do all 3 of the challenges here in one clip, while balancing on the skateboard.
You gotta get one of those tiny skateboards, the ones they sell like Five Below for little kids.
Yeah.
It's a pyramid drop.
It's like a skateboard pyramid. Then he's also got another cam behind his legs, so every time he goes through the gap, you get to see that.
I like the music choice as well.
Yeah.
And then flip and roll with the legs while actually moving.
Yeah, I get motion sickness.
I would be scared of falling off and you break all your equipment.
He's got a helmet on. Well, he's not gonna protect your goggles, but.
Yeah, we're dropping the radio on the way down.
Oh yeah, the radio. Yeah.
Very.
So trying to save his stuff, so he needs the helmet.
All right, we'll go with Callisto first. What'd you score this one, Callisto?
I gave it an 8. Skateboard gap's pretty tight. Yeah.
I went 8 as well for the moving skateboard leg gaps. Impressive.
Another 8.5 for me.
I gave 8.5.
All right. Next up, Gelcraft. Let's turn to. All right, little intro. I love that he gets he equips
Select
the clogs.
Whatever. What are they?
Yeah. Yeah, the clogs are a big hit because he just kind of like casually landed by the clogs in the first week. And I was like, oh man, look at those. This is some legit clogs. Nice rip here around this plane. I would have loved it if he'd done the gaps through those little like parts under the airplane there in the gear.
Oh yeah. Yeah, those nuts.
nice clip here where he goes back and forth. And
Yeah, let's just stop in the middle of the woods with a skate.
Software version 7.0. Looking at life through the eyes of a tire hub.
We had a vote during the live stream, and like I expected, it was more people preferred to do a front flip through a gap than a back flip, but it was like not nearly as like, I think it was only like 60-40.
I feel like front flip you maintain more momentum, so it's a little bit easier, and like back flip you're kind of like cutting your momentum more.
I think the front flip looks cooler.
It definitely does.
You can
Someone
see
says,
more
"Is the
as you
form
go in the back.
closed?"
Like
Back flip,
straight
you kinda
sky
gotta
immediately.
gotta arc a little bit too for a backflip to really get through there, right? You gotta kind of give it a little bit of a.
Yeah.
All right, I went with 7.5
Yeah, like coming
on this
down
one.
at it rather than.
Yeah, I think you can get a little smoother of an exit. Typically, a lot of times you kind of like stall on your like front flip catch, but if you get it looking good, I think a front flip's easier just because like you can kind of shoot yourself forward through the gap.
I always go over the gate when I'm front flipping.
Okay, so I gave 7.5 there to Gelcraft. I like that little intro. Overall solid. The plane was cool, but the second half was kind of standard. So, Callisto?
I give it 7.5. I give you more points for indoors.
We're gonna do an 8 for the clogs. Extra point for the clogs.
Heads?
I did a 7.5 as well.
All right. Next up.
Also, someone in the chat is saying, "Is the forum closed?"
Is it supposed to be closed already? It should not be closed. Oh no, is it only last like a certain amount of time?
It does say that it is closed.
Uh-oh, hold on. Forms. Test out view. Why is it not form settings? It doesn't tell me if it's like not. Hold on. Wait, I just got another one. Are you sure it's closed?
I mean, I just clicked on the link and it said it was.
And it says it's closed.
Let me just double check. Yeah, it says, "Hey, this type form is now closed."
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would have been awesome as it was made with Typeform. What's that? And then check out Typeform. That's it.
That's weird.
All right, share.
You just do a second form and then combine the two.
I guess I could do that. Hold on. Can I just copy this form? Duplicate. Boom. All right. Publishing. Copy link. So it doesn't tell me how long it like stays around and is active for or whatever. I figured I had to close it. All right, there's a separate one. Let me unpin this one. Let me repin this one. Okay. Does that work? We can combine them. Because this one had 10 exactly, that'll make it easy to figure out. Wait a minute. Oh no. No, I can't
Did
see
you
the
lose all
responses.
from the first one?
Yeah. All right, everyone vote
fuck.
again.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, wait, why does it
Oh,
disappear?
no.
Wait, all time. Okay. Oh, that sucks. I should have written down the things first. Well, I don't understand why it's so hard to just have one of these things, just like have people vote on things. I've looked through so many and all of them are just like not that good. This one was like pretty decent. It was pretty
You
straightforward.
know,
It actually
I
gives you
know,
numbers.
I know a guy that could probably figure that out for you.
There was like,
Sure.
all right, well,
He was in the chat.
hopefully everyone remembers what they voted. They can just like vote again real quick. New form copied. This form is now closed. Oh my god! When I click, I
Doesn't
don't
give you the
understand
results?
how
That's
I don't
crazy.
understand how I open or close it. Is it? I'm so confused. Dang it! We actually had some.
All right, we're working out the kinks
We're
here.
working
That's
it
all
out.
right.
We're trying to
Yeah,
make it happen.
better do it now than during the regular season.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would rather have it this way than just have like, you know, the top 4 at the end. I think it's better if everyone has longer to vote too. I don't know. It doesn't say like share your form, no responses. All right, let's try it. Let's try again. Let's try again. I'm not going to look at the results until the end. I'm not going to click on the results page at all. All right. Does this one work? No, what? It says this one's closed too. All right, we give up. I give up. We're just going to score. I don't know. I don't know. I could use a Google form, but I feel like
Mars, does your site do this? Mars is in chat. Mars, does your site have a voting thing that he could set up? Is that possible? I
wait,
feel like that's got to be super simple to do.
it seems like it should be simple. Like this one seems to work fine, but it just doesn't have. There's no like published or unpublished or version history. Check accessibility. Maybe because it's like free right now, and if I actually paid for it, but
That's how they get you.
It's not very like.
Like you can pass out this survey, but we're not going to show you the results unless you pay us.
Oh wait. This one says 10 responses, view responses. Oh my god. Okay, I have the old results.
We have the results.
I have the old results.
Let's go.
Did it. Saved the day.
Sorry, all new respondees.
Yeah, sorry if you didn't get your vote in already. All right, let's finish this up. It doesn't show me the mean,
We will
so
do
I'm
better next
I'm
week.
gonna have to. Yeah, I guess I can't click on the response, like look at the response, but I clicked on it before to make sure it was working after I put in one response and then everyone else could respond. Anyway, all right, where were we? Cha-cha. Alright, so Cha-Cha quick rip here, but he gets everything in. Requirement 1 and 2 kind of combined there in that first part. Then requirement 3 right there. Just some more bonus TJS acting. You make it to the IGOT finals, you can do some TGS stuff. Kind of requirement.
Yeah.
Alright. Nice rip there from Cha-Cha. What'd you score that one, Heads? I'm guessing you like that one.
I gave Cha-Cha an 8. I'm
Nice.
trying to be fair and not go nuts with giving extra points for the freestyle afterwards because, you know, not
Yeah.
everybody can play like Cha-Cha. So I'm trying to be fair. But the fact that he executed all of them so well and so quickly in like quick succession, I think that deserves the extra point.
9 for me.
Callisto?
Probably 9. Is it indoors? Yes,
Callisto likes that indoors. That's you want to press
Oh, yeah.
Callisto, you gotta play it inside. Low ceilings.
Yep.
I'm also giving it a 9
Low
because it was
ceilings.
creative. He put all like the requirements together in like a nice coherent line, and then just a bunch of extra.
Yeah.
This is there. Good job, Cha-Cha. All right. Next we had Zox. This one was a lot more chill. So just kind of flying around. Does requirement 1 as he goes around the area. Gets requirement 2 through the gaps. Then finds a nice window set up for requirement 3. Simple, cool spot. I like all the graffiti around there. And then runs out of battery.
Oof. Ran out of battery a while ago.
Yeah. Blasta?
Give it a 7.5.
Callisto?
So yeah, 7.5. 7.5.
I
give
like
him a
that
7.
one.
I like the window
8.25.
gap though.
Like the little exploratory action, putting everything in there. Window gaps. All right, next up, Wonky. Wonky's always got a very nice full edit. A lot of stuff in there. He's got all the requirements in there. Starts off with big drone. Doing requirement number 1. Rule number 1. Some small gates there for number 3, and then this. I like these chair gaps.
Nice cap.
Yeah. So this is the all-in-one line here. And he kind of rips around and does the front flip, right roll, back flip, left roll. Nice. Nice freestyle there. That's nice Maddie under the little bench there. What are the little hearts in the bottom?
I was just looking at that
Do you
actually.
think they
It's
like
a
the
little
battery or
thing.
something?
I don't know.
'Cause it's got to be changing.
Yeah, the
or something
motors.
or the motor.
Little
output
motor
thing.
things that move. I don't know.
I think it's just a repeating pattern.
All right, Callisto, what'd you give this one?
Give it 8.
I also
You
went
could-
8 heads.
I did 8 as well.
Plasta?
8.5 for Rick rolling me at the beginning.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I
you
got Rick rolled too.
for me.
Because I didn't notice that he said in his comment, like, check out or find the QR code. So then when I was watching it to review the top videos, I was like, oh, I found it. And then I scanned it, and then it
Oh, I
was the
found
Rick
it.
roll, and I was like, ah, all right.
Got his ass.
Not again. 5th time of the day.
All right, next up, doubles.
Is that a cool little obstacle?
Yeah.
It's like a little art installation or something.
Yeah. It's got another gap you didn't use too through the like side here, but the backflip like with speed. That's tough.
Yeah.
Pretty
Yeah.
especially through the small gap. And it's kind of a longer gap too. It's not just a flat plane. It's tricky. Kind of like a tunnel. Mini tunnel. Put some all together in one clip here. Very nice. All right, also I went 8 on this one. Exactly. How'd you feel, Heads?
Yeah, give me 8.
Plasta?
8 for me too. We're gonna do 8s across the board. What do we got, Callisto?
I was gonna do 7.5. I'm not doing. Yeah, do 7.5.
All right.
Breaking the 8 streak.
All right, last 2.
Don't change it. Don't change it. I wrecked a 9 streak earlier, and I didn't change mine. I stuck to your decision.
All right.
I love this location.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really cool. And the fact that he has a gate up there with him is really funny. I don't know why it's so funny to me. Just be out in the middle of nature with a gate.
He had to carry it with him there and put it together there.
Yeah, you had to bring the PVC and climb up the rock and then set it up on the rock. Backflip too. Like that he didn't like take a ton of setup on all those. Just kind of ripped into it. When I saw this thing at first, I thought he was gonna like dive in it and then come out the bottom, but I'm not sure if it's like linked. You actually could do that.
Brush with death right there.
Yeah. Very clean. All right, what do you think, Plasta?
Another solid 8. Location points for
Heads?
sure.
Ditto. Same 8.
I went 9 on this one. Callisto?
Skills location, like
I went
lover.
8.
3 8s and a 9.
Okay. Our last one. Retry win.
Is it just me, or do you ever feel like time just flies? Is it just me, or do you ever feel the years go by? I've never been good at saying goodbye, so I'ma let the memories get me by. Is it just me, or do you put the same scenes on rewind? Rewind, 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 rewind. Is it just me, or do you put the same scenes on rewind?
Pretty freaking clean.
Yep.
Really nice rip.
Trying to ignore all the stees that he put in that video and just pay attention to the challenge.
There's so much like.
There's so much in there. Oh man.
Yeah. The
Oh,
first
dude,
trick I
stop
thought was a brawny was actually
being so
the
good.
one
Just
where you
relax.
front flip into inverted instead of regular
Interesting.
up into inverted. Yeah, he's got that snap, that like pop turn. Like
I know.
I don't know
it's
how to describe
the
it.
J flick, kind of the juicy
Yeah.
style stuff. Yep. Yeah, I
That was
love it.
about as good as against there. I'm giving that one a 9.5.
I wonder what kind of whoop he was using.
I like how he worked the like flips and rolls into that first just line as he came over, and then used himself as an obstacle, but like did tricks in between, kind of. Anyway, what'd you think, Eds?
I'm gonna say a 9, but again, I'm trying to ignore the stees. His the gaps and shit weren't like crazy small, like comparatively.
That's true.
So I think I'm gonna go 8.5.
It was a good bando where you could just kind of like
It was.
like
It was,
adjust
yeah.
on the fly to whatever.
I'm trying to ignore how much stees that motherfucker has though, because he's
There's
a
a couple
stylish
parts where it
motherfucker.
looks like that was a good song choice for that one too. I feel like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It really fit the flow. All right, what'd you think, Plasta?
9.5 for me. I'm a big retry win fan. I love his style.
Callisto is outside, so Callisto can only go so high. But what'd you think, Callisto?
I guess we gotta go 8.5.
Okay. If it was inside, you got to go inside to get a 9 out of Callisto.
Inverted yaw is really good though. It's nice. I wonder if he's using a 2S swoop.
Maybe.
Never mind 2S.
Looks like it has
really
some authority.
powerful on all the arts and stuff,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's possible it's a 75, just a 1S, but
okay.
2S 75 make it a lot easier for that kind of
Can
stuff.
I figure out how, like, when I was viewing the results before? Oh no. It gave me
Just copy the whole thing and paste it in a ChatGPT and tell it to figure it out.
I just want the mean. Like the summary. It showed me that before when it wasn't like, oh, here we go. Here we go. Boom. Okay, perfect. All right. So Black Forest Drone 7.8. Yaros 8.2. Cybex 8.1. All right, I just got to figure out exactly how to open and close the form here, and then this thing should work pretty good. Nice little bar graphs and everything. All right, 8 for Cha-Cha. 7.7.
Yeah, Vessel, I agree. He's a great pilot.
Wonky 7. Audience pretty. Not a lot of spread in their scores. No one wants to score too low. Everyone likes to be. Maybe I should just go out of 5. Oh, retry. Wow. One person gave him an 8. Everyone else gave him a 9 or
That's
a 10.
crazy.
A 10 in the audience. Okay. See, I'm guessing retry 1.
Looks like.
Oops, I sorted. C-Day.
At 5 points.
Yeah. Well, by 3.3.
Was it 46? Okay, I thought it was
46 to 43. Cha-Cha in second. Red Maddie in third, and Cybex in fourth. Congratulations to our winner. Retry win. And then here's our podium. Cha-Cha, Red Maddie, and Cybex. Nice work to all of our top video pilots here. Thank you, audience, for voting. We'll figure out next time how to make sure that everyone gets a vote instead of accidentally closing it early. But yeah, thanks for hanging out and watching. This was the second challenge. Next Thursday, we will have the third challenge, which is the power loops. And eventually we'll have all the judges here. We also have OG and Mo that will join us.
Allegedly.
Yeah,
Oh,
supposedly.
I think Mo will be here. He'll be late, but I think Mo will be here.
Should we bet on an over under number of streams OG shows up for during the season?
That's a
What
wild
do you
bet.
Show up.
Anyway, all right. Thanks for watching, everyone. This Saturday we're gonna have the live stream for the power loops, so we're gonna watch all of them then, and then we'll put them down to the top videos and review them next Thursday. All right. Thank you for participating. We'll see you in the next stream. Oh, and
See you, everyone.
I'll
Thanks
add
for
all
hanging.
the wording for the video, but the video, if you watch the video here with us during the stream, it is also just live on my channel now too, so you can rewatch the new challenge, the actual video. All right, see you.